Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I recently started a new speciality, which is midwifery, and so far I am loving it. I've only been there for 2 days as of the recording of this video. I will do a video later on once I've gotten a hang into the whole midwifery thing, and it's been amazing. So I was interested to see what specialty I would want to do because I've got so many and I'm actually loving the one that I'm doing now, and my list is getting longer and longer. So I found this random test by Johnson & Johnson, and it's called Find My Specialty. So we're gonna try it out and see what specialty suits my personality, and I wanted to take you guys on the journey, so it can either be a really good surprise or a really bad one. So we'll see how this turns out. So if you'd be interested in doing this test, I will definitely put the link down in the description box. But yeah, let's get into it. So in a South African context, the degree I'm working towards right now is a BSN or a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Next, what are you good at? Select more than one. Multilingual, I mean, I can speak English and I can speak Shona, but I'm very iffy in the both of them. But for the sake that I speak two languages, I would say I am multilingual. Compassionate, why would I be doing nursing if I'm not compassionate? Strong leader, I would say I'm a good, strong leader. I'd also say I'm a good communicator. I'm tech saving. Definitely. I mean, I'm doing YouTube, it's kind of the territory that you get yourself into. And then calm under pressure. It depends. Like, I do feel like I am calm under pressure, but obviously inside my head I am freaking out. So we can say I am calm under pressure. Wow, I'm literally taking all of them. Which areas of work do you enjoy most? Education, definitely. I mean, that's why I have this YouTube channel. Travel, I definitely want to travel, see how other hospitals and how other countries do nursing. I mean, it's all uniform, but I mean, there's obviously differences in how things are done. So definitely those two. Family, yes, I love, like, right now in labor, you've got the kids, you've got the mom, the baby. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I haven't worked in peds as of yet, so I don't know how that might differ, but as of my experiences in the labor world, it's been good. Community, definitely, and I loved working in a community setting. I want to start my own clinic one day, so that's definitely a given. Research and technology, no, that's definitely not for me. I hate reading like long papers and doing research. That's not my thing. Like, I find it interesting to read, but I really don't want to be doing that as my career. In psychology, no, that's not my thing. What is the best way to help patients? Face to face, well trained nurses, or improving the healthcare? I'm assuming with this one I can only take one. Well, this one is a difficult one because obviously all of them help patients, because I do feel that you give better care to your patient if it's in a face-to-face context, and then obviously if you're a well-trained nurse, you're able to give your patient the best care possible, and if you improve the healthcare, it makes our job easier as healthcare practitioners, because it's very difficult to do work if the system is not malfunctioning, there's not enough resources, we're short staffed and that sort of thing. So all of them do help your patients, but I would say the best one would be well-trained nurses, because if you're a well-trained nurse, you can still provide great healthcare services even though you're not face to face with your patients, and also you can work around the dysfunctional system that the healthcare might have. So I think if you're a well-trained nurse, you can balance both and provide best care for your patients. How do you participate in conversations with your colleagues? I lead the discussion, I listen but jump in when I have something to say, I listen and learn. I know this is gonna sound a bit like I'm putting myself on a high stoop, but I feel like I lead most conversations. But also I listen and, like, I feel like I'm all of them, but I think in most cases I lead the discussion. What's your work style? I plan everything. I plan some things. I don't plan anything. I plan everything. A lot of people in my family find it very annoying because everything has to be planned to the detail. Does a sight of blood make you queasy? Not at all. I mean, I've reached this fine, I'm fine. And like, I have to say with this one, I know there are some nurses when they first started, they felt that they were queasy and the sight of blood just makes them nauseous or want to faint and that sort of thing. But over the years, you actually gain a tolerance. Your English. Over the years, you gain tolerance of it, that it's actually not that bad. So if you are afraid of seeing blood and you're considering nursing, don't let it deter you. It can get better actually. What pace do you prefer at work? I like to spend a lot of time with my patients. Definitely, I like to have that one-on-one conversation, make my patients understand what I'm doing so that I can also understand how they're feeling if they understand the information. I like to spend a good amount of time with a variety of patients. I mean, obviously, you want to be seeing different patients because each patient brings you a different problem that you need to solve. It brings you different conditions so that you gain the experience. So it's also good. And then the more people I help in a day, the better. For me, I don't like this one, and that's how most clinics run, where you seeing like a lot of patients in one day. It's like 2 minutes and they go out. For me, I really dislike that. I like the one-on-one personal contact with my patients, just having the time to discuss and all of that jazz. So I would say middle ground would be I like to spend a good amount of time with a variety of patients for the experience of it and seeing different issues. What's a perfect day at work like? The same day as the before, slightly switched up but nothing unexpected or different from every other day. I like routine, but obviously, a little spontaneity doesn't hurt, so I would take the middle ground. How do you solve a problem? I use the tried and tested method. I usually go with what works, but will find a new solution if I have to. I try find a new solution. I mean, you don't always have to find a new solution to everything. If something works, go with it. So in most cases, I'll go with, if something works, I'll go with it. But if that thing that works all the time is very inconvenient, I'll usually try to find a new solution. So I would say most cases I'll go with what works. What size team do you like to work in? I prefer to work alone, a small team, or a large team. I mean, if you're gonna do everything by yourself, you're not really gonna get far. But for my own sanity, I prefer to work alone. But I do understand that nursing is a team work thing and you can't do everything by yourself. But also large teams are a lot to handle and becomes, I don't know, there's always drama that always comes up with it, or there's going to be a lot of clashes, especially in personalities and the way people function. So I'll prefer a small team. It's quite manageable and you get to learn about one another on a personal level and you understand how each person works, and as a result it makes it easier to function with one another. So I guess with most of these I'm going with the middle ground. Cool. Oh, here's my specialities: a flight nurse or a transport nurse. And guys, I mentioned this in my video about the different careers or the different specialities and things you can do with your nursing degree, and I absolutely loved this. Ooh, let's see what it says. A flight or transport nurse takes care of patients who are being taken to hospitals or trauma centers on civilian and military aircrafts. Ooh, that sounds fancy. And then other specialities that match: a clinical nurse leader who creates and coordinates long-term care plans for patients and medical teams they work with. So I'm assuming this is more of like a managerial, operational manager type of thing. I could see it. Psychiatric nurse, from the patients that I've interacted with that fall under the psychiatric part of things, that's not my thing, so I would never want to be part of that. And then transplant nurse is a nurse who cares for patients who are donating or receiving an organ. So almost like surgical nurse. I definitely would want to do that, especially in the cardiothoracic. Like, if you've seen my previous videos, I absolutely love cardiothoracic. Like, that's my passion. So yeah, this is interesting what came up. I am quite disappointed with the results. I thought there would be a bit more things, but I mean, a flight nurse is nice. Like travel nursing, cruise nursing, definitely that's up my alley. But that's definitely something you gotta do early on in life before you have kids and settle down and all of that jazz. Because being away from your family for like months on end is quite hectic. But I definitely agree with what came up, but I'm very disappointed that there were no other nicer results. But I think this is because it's an American version of it. That's why the results aren't great. So okay, I'm back. So I found a different one. Let's see what results I get with this one, so that we can just compare to make sure that it's giving me an accurate recording. Oh, I feel like I'm doing vital signs where you have to redo your vital signs to make sure it's correct. Anyway, what is the age range of your ideal patient? Children, any age range, youth, or elderly. I've mostly worked with adults. Okay, I've only worked with adults at the moment, and I haven't had any experience with peds. I mean, I do love kids, but I haven't had the hands-on experience to see if I'd be able to handle that. And I've worked in a clinic and I worked with youth, and I really enjoyed that. So I think I'm gonna go with youth. The elderly, the turnings, the elderly, they're a lot. uh, they really are a lot, and I feel like if I can treat patients that are close to my age, we can relate to one another, and I think I'd be a better educator to that age group. So I'm gonna go with the youth. Next, why do you want to pursue a career in nursing? I love helping people. The motto of nursing: we should all be healthy. Smooth births is my priority. To cure other people's pain. I mean, I definitely love helping people. That's a major one. We should all be healthy. I definitely do think we should all be healthy. So that's another one. Smooth births is my priority. Like with all of these ones, that's what every nurse wants to do. So how do you make me choose one? But I feel like I should just go with I love helping people. Like, it encapsulates everything. But that was a horrible question. Pick the sentence that that describes you best. Wow, I can't even read anymore. I care about mental health. I care about families. I care about newborn babies, or I just care. I mean, I guess here they're trying to force you into certain categories. I love all of them, but mental health, I don't think that's my forte from experience, and psychology is not my thing. So, I mean, obviously, I care about mental health, but that's not something I would want to go into. Families, definitely, family nurse, taking care of the parents and the children. I would definitely love that. I love newborn babies. Like, I'm absolutely in love. And I mean, I care about everyone. This is a difficult one. But if I have to really choose, I'm gonna go with families. I think I love families. Describe yourself in one word: perfectionist, caring, ambitious, problem solver. If you're someone who really knows me well, you know that I'm a big perfectionist. But I mean, I'm also quite ambitious. I'm all of them. But the one that best describes me definitely would be a perfectionist. But I think I'm a perfectionist in denial. Which genre of film do you watch most? Okay, this is an interesting one. What do I watch? Thrillers, drama, fiction, or action? Um, I don't know, because I mean, isn't fiction, it encapsulates everything because none of it is real. Or if I'm wrong, just correct me. But fiction for me, I'm just like, I feel like it just covers everything. I wouldn't say I watch a lot of dramas. I just find the stories to be unrealistic and just so extra that dramas are not for me. Thrillers, my heart really cannot always handle it, and the suspense is a lot. But I do enjoy them, but I would say most of the time I watch action movies. They should have added comedy here. But anyway. But I mean, there's really nothing comedic about the health system. So I guess that makes sense. Which one do you prefer? To treat the illness of my patient, working long term with my patient, how better the life of my patient, or relieve patient of any pain? I mean, we obviously want to be relieving pain of all our patients. These questions are stupid, to be honest. And we all want to be treating the illnesses. Okay. Working long term with my patient, definitely. I enjoy having the relationship and seeing how the patient is progressing. So I definitely love that. And how better the life of my patient. Isn't that what we do with all nursing? But anyway, but I would definitely say the most important one for me is long term. I enjoy creating relationships with people. Do you plan on receiving a master's degree? Definitely. PhD, doctorate even. Which subject is your strongest? Oh, chemistry, biology, mathematics, or physics? I'm horrible at chemistry. I'm not horrible. I'm good enough, but yeah, there's some things that me and chemistry just go south. Physics, I definitely enjoy it, but it's not really my forte. Mathematics and biology definitely, but the top one would be biology. I love the human body. Which do you prefer? Working alone, working with a team, working with an agency, or working with an institution? Um, I would say definitely working with a team. I also love working alone, but in practicality of things, definitely working with a team. Which schedule suits you best? Part-time, 9 to 5 nights, long days, and a short week. Who would want to choose a long day, short week? Like, honestly, nights, it's a definite no from me. I hate working night shift. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna survive when I'm a registered nurse, but night things are not for me. A 9 to 5 would be nice. But I would say part-time because obviously I have YouTube and I really want to take it far, and I have other things that I want to be doing with my time. So definitely part-time. But I mean, part-time can vary though. Can either be a few days, can be a few hours. So I like that. Oh my goodness. What's going on with these psychiatric like I don't know. Okay, I mean, I haven't done psych, so I really can't say I enjoy it or I don't enjoy it. But from my interactions with psych patients in a medical ward, I haven't enjoyed those experiences. I mean, psych patients are hilarious, but it's not been a thing where I'm like, wow, I'm really interested to know what's happening there. And I keep seeing this psychiatric nursing thing, and I don't know if I'm happy. I mean, at this point, I haven't been to psych, so I really can't say if it's bad or good. But the first one that I got, the flight nurse, I'm really happy with that. I definitely do think it fits my personality, but I am quite disappointed that nothing regarding surgery or emergency or that type of vibe came up. And I'm really interested in doing that, but I also haven't worked in it. It looks interesting. So I guess I just need to wait a couple more years, get into everything, and then eventually take the test. Maybe to give me a more accurate representation, and I'll have more realistic goals about what I want to specialize in. But this was definitely fun and interesting to see what came up. If you'd be interested in doing the test that I did, definitely put it in the description box so that you can try it for yourself and let me know what pops up or what you're planning to specialize in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you next week Friday, 12 p.m. South African time at the same location. Bye guys.